Hello everyone, I'm Rob Smith, the Black Quant Edge VTF here at T3 Live with the weekend vid. And what do we got? We got SPY doing nothing Doge. Last week opened at 289.37 and closed at 26. Doge. So the thing about it is either it's a rest before we start going towards the highs or reversal back into an outside week. So if we go to the upside, really trying to go the outside month there. So we got to let it break as far as the SPY is concerned. Been doing nothing in here. So we'll see how that goes. If you go to QQQ, QQQ does this. Weekly potential shooter back into the outside week. So we're going to be real aware of that, and we'll get to that to the text section. Just a second. Apple. Another similar, it's a lot of this stuff looking similar. Shooter counters outsider. So does it keep coming up? Once again, for the 3 monther or drop back in? Either side of that week is going to get my attention. Small cappers. Small cappers still stuck in here and giving us this potential weekly rev strat if they want to come back through here. Inside bar countered with the shooter or back up into this try we go. TLT. Inside week for the bonds. So the bonds for this month doing nothing in general, but now you get your inside week. UVXY. And for the week, stuck down here trying to bleed out like it does. And so far, the stuff not showing the break back to the downside, but we shall see and keep an eye on that. If it keeps melting out, we can expect probably we break to the upside, but we'll just let it happen. Go to the Dow Jones Diamonds. Diamonds 3-day pattern in here. Well, I believe that was a bad tick, but so for the week, yeah, that was a bad tick down there. But you can see Doji still doing nothing. So like everything else, you got to wait for him to break. Disney. And Disney still inside month to upper. Give me measured move, just exhaustion risk as you go into new highs. Home Depot. And Home Depot, 222 monther above 203.52, still there, still good, and still some room to all-time highs. McDonald's, skirting the highs, and if they want to get Momo hammer on the highs. Triple M, good God, man. So Triple M, potential back like the other ones. This was a slight outside week, so you're closer to the 2 back down. We'll see if that rolls back in. UTEX. UTEX big outside weaker, and here below the outside monther. So daily's just got to get outside of this stuff. So we'll see how it gets out of there. The XLP stuff, XLP doing this still. Here, hanging out top O try on the monthly like this, takes them all out. So you got some mixed baggage in there. Coke inside, Pepsi. Procter in the Dow, just going towards the high. So a lot of this exhaustion risk, I should say, as opposed to mixed bag. It's just Colgate inside week here and still working this giant monthly try like so. Hershey's still going. And Hershey just doesn't quit and goes inside week. Here, Kimberly-Clark. And this is month and upper and going towards the highs. Get. And Kellogg's, we'll see if anything comes of this. Still inside monther, and you can see the week like this. Here, Momo hammer to try and get back up through that stuff. If we go to the trannies, transports still coming up on this weekly try like so, a little bit stronger. So we'll see if we get the daily to start off the week. The 222 and back up. American Airlines finally waking up. American Airlines, inside day, and on the month, still bright green on the month, and the weekly coming up on this stuff. Here, so you got all this stuff to try and take out. So if this is the low of the try, we're starting to think about that stuff now in American Airlines. Southwest Air, here, week and upper. And now just inside day here. See if it wants to come up at something like this. Here, back through this try. Here she goes. United Airlines. United Airlines, just a big daily try here. There's a higher high on that stuff, and you can see the weekly. You'll see it like this. Here, slight lower low on this thing, and then see if we can come up through there. Alaska Airlines. Alaska, you can see this coming back through all this kind of stuff, and Alaska here taking out last month's highs for another two above 63.26. You're almost there. Hertz. And Hertz still tight on this monthly stuff, but now trying to wake up on the daily here like so. 3-2 upper, and you can keep an eye on this big old try with Car coming back through this big old try here itself. Still inside month there, but we'll see. FedEx just potential 222 day. Nothing too exciting there, but weekly made the higher low and just coming through here to see if you can get back into all this kind of stuff. CNI inside week to see what comes of that. Daily try looking like this here. Norfolk Southern is outside weaker, so you can keep an eye on this. A little tight, but you can keep an eye and see how that grows out. JB Hunt Trucker. JB Hunt, big old try here. As you can see, if this thing starts racing through here, we'll know what to do. Go to the Utes. Inside week for the Utes. So they keep trying to power up. So all the usual suspects, AEP, NEE, pretty much everybody, Duke. So if we get simultaneous Ute break and see Duke's got a little bit more room to go to the highs as opposed to everything else going to the highs. Dominion here. AWK. So we'll see. If we go to VNQ REITs, and weekly just trying to drift higher, and just a little mixed there too, because you got SPG inside week down here with BXP. Here, inside week to try and get out of this big old try on here. AVB inside week right on the recent highs. Top of the monthly try. Trying to get out of this. PSA. Here, trying to expand that try towards the highs. You got an inside weaker for PSA. If we go to XME. XME, this is tight ranger stuff down in here. Here, not quite an inside day. We can watch gold. And gold pops up but comes back in a little bit. So on the weekly, it was still 2 here. So the question here is, how do we get out of this? Like so, since the monthly is still 2 green to the upside. GDX, still 2 up to the upside. The weekly, so watching your Newmonts and your usual suspects. Newmont still coming up on this stuff on the monthly. The 322, the try high being 36.82. You got a little bit more on that. RGLD. Still the hammer month they're taking up here in the greater try to try and come after this stuff. GOLD. You got the Rev Strat month, you can barely see it, but I'll pull it up tighter for you. Like so. And letter X, potential Rev Strat back down on the weekly. Not very exciting, but it is what it is. It wants to rebuke. Go to financials. FAS, once again, another doji following an outside week. XLF. Another doji following outside week. And KIE in the insurers, Momo Hammer Weekly. You can see this hanging out in the highs. We've known that for a while. So we go to JP Morgan. Still inside month there. And not doing much. You got to get out of here. You stopped them out a little bit down in here. 1-3. So we're going to watch that with the rest of the gang, but not too exciting here. Wells Fargo. Still just kind of stuck down here. So the major banks not doing much. Got Citicorp doing this. Here, trying to get out of this try or drop back in PNC the same. Bank of America and Bank stuck in here on the weekly here. So we got this up weekly try in here. Shoot her down or back in the middle of the try she goes. But here you go. There's your broadening formation in all its beauty in Bank of America. Ameriprise. And Ameriprise coming up here. So as far as financials are concerned on the daily, trying to get out of this daily try here. Like so. And the monthly, 2 to the upside, or is that a 3? That's a 3. Okay, so it's just a little exhaustion risk, but it is strong so far. Goldman Sachs. And Goldman Sachs still stuck in this try, so here it either does this and tries to ref strat back up through here. Start the week, or weekly shooter back in sub try style. MA drops back in 2, but potential 2, 3, 2, 2 back through the old 3 if that drops in. Of course, you can watch Visa with that. And American Express doing this. The shooter counters the outside weaker, and your daily try looking like this. The insurers, Aflac, still going to the highs. A little boring on this stuff, but it is what it is. And Momo Hammer, Aflac, Aon, here just still inside month to the upper. AIG, and coming up back through all of this stuff still. Inside week for you. Chubb. Momo Hammer week, just trying to come up on the greater tries of that. HIG, inside weaker. And Progressive, flow. Inside weak on this try that we've known about for a while to try and drop back in or get out of there. If we go to crude, inside day for crude, and see the weekly here, middle of this range. We got to get out of that for any substantial crude move there. But oh, these stocks, XLE, potential rev stratter back down, XOP here going towards the lows, and OIH full garbage. So all sorts of trouble still going on here. If you go to Chevron weekly, a little bit stronger, comes up here, but potential back through this try, as you can see that, and that's going to look like this on the daily. Here, how do we get outside of this? If you go to Exxon, still inside monther, right, like a lot of things in green. The weekly, potential 2-2 back down, you're closer to the lows on that. APA, inside weak towards the lows, still having issues there. CLR, just inside weaker there, still if they want to bring it back down. EOG, still closer to shooter back down below 84.44. Emerald Hess, shooter counters hammer weaker below 56.42. Murphy Oil, inside weaker, still going back towards the lows. Oxy, if there's any hope, inside weak. Refiner CVI, inside weak, still hanging near these recent highs. So we'll see how that goes with MPC. Inside weeks down, but near the basement. Sunoco. One here you got weekly Momo Hammer, and this is one of the few, the proud, the closer to going 2-monther over 31.45. And choose your natty, Degaz, whatever, but you got inside week for natty. So Degaz could move around a little bit, we'll see. Go to XRT Retail. And XRT goes slight inside week and up, still handily inside monther. Like so, with the big boys leading the charge. Walmart inside month and up. Just going towards exhaustion risk to take this out. 109.98. Costco. Exhaustion risk as it goes into the highs, and you see that monthly is 3-2 triangle expando, and we knew about that off this daily here. Target. Target just a little stuck up in here, but it's got that 222 monther we knew. You got a little bit more for those highs. AEO. AEO. Doji monther, but on the week you got this. Hammer counter shooter off potential bottom o try. Auto Nation. Auto Nation just an inside weaker, and if it takes it, it would be a monthly combo here. As we know, CarMax has been ripping here, so we'll see. Burritos, still going. Big outside monther trying to come up towards the all-time highs. Now just setting up here. Outside, inside day. DIN, pancakes. And pancakes. Potential. Momo Hammer weekly. And Restaurant month. 1, 2, 2. Nordstrom. Oh boy, a bunch of this stuff. These weeklies just hurting. We'll see. Inside week for Nordstrom. KSS. LB trying to rough strat off the lows if there's any hope. Ollie. And Ollie inside week. And that's 2-2 month to the downside. Skechers. Skechers, you can see this try here, and that's going to look like this on your daily. Here, if you start racing through this stuff. Tiffany's, more tight range inside weakers. Texas Roadhouse. On the week. Inside week, a little tight, but if it takes the rev strat day down, we're looking down towards this stuff. Ulta. Ulta coming up. Here's this try here. Just got a little bit higher high, but you can see if we can go after all-time highs on that stuff. With the monther. 222 over 354.62. Yeah, right there. O'Reilly's. And O'Reilly's. 222 monther hammer over 383.11. You're there. And Urban Outfitters, if there's any hope. Inside weakers. XLV. XLV just stuck Doge weak. So still working on the inside monther on these things. But so far, not getting too much out of it. And IBB, still inside month. Not doing much. The weekly would be Rev Stratter back down 122 below 102.28. GILD trying, but still stuck in all this kind of stuff, and so the big boys really are dead for now. BIIB still stuck in there, and Regeneron like so, potential shooter, but those things not really moving much. AERI. A little bit of exhaustion risk, but you do got the monthly Momo shooter coming back through there. Abbott Labs. Exhaustion risk, but you are 312 Chicago into the highs on the month. ALKS. ALKS still having all sorts of problems with now an inside weaker. See if they want to keep the bleed out. Alexion. Alexion, potential rev strat weaker back down. Below 115.65. ANTM. Still creeping up on this big old try here, and that's one of the few that proud the month and uppers here. Arna. And Arna. Inside weak like so, we'll see if we can keep going or get back through the try. BMRN. BMRN, inside weak near the lows. Having some issues there. So we'll see if this thing can, in the monthly, come down here and take some of these guys out. GWPH. And GWPH still, if we can get this monthly down here, 163.19, and you got more Momo shoots on the weeks. So you can keep an eye if they start hitting that thing. ICPT. Inside weaker if there's any hope. ILMN. ILMN coming up on this stuff. So it's one of the few the proud once again. The 222 monther to come up into that. Molina Health. Molina Health goes monthing up, but then does this. Top will try to you. And an inside week if they want to bring her in a little bit. Here. PTCT. And PTCT, you can see up that inside weaker in this daily try. It starts coming back through here. We'll know what to do. UTHR. Just the slow, continued bloody bloodbath as it just keeps working its way lower. Go to home builders. XHB hanging near these recent highs. The monthly trying to take this out. You go to ITB. Here. Coming up on that stuff too. And so the daily going to look like this. Trying to get out of this. And that's got weekly Momo hammer. And the ITB's got the Home Depot and the Lowe's in there. So Lowe's coming back up, or trying to, off of this stuff here. But we've got DHI, outside day, inside month upper, here, Momo Hammer week, Lennar, trying to come back up out of the ashes here. So this, Momo Hammer weekly, and here's your daily to try and come take this stuff out. LGIH, trying to get outside of this stuff. Weekly inside Momo Hammer. And Weyerhaeuser trying to fight back here too. Weyerhaeuser's been down for a while, but now fighting back off of this, the 2-2 weekly, and see if we can come back up through this try up into here. Still be inside month. And if we go to tech. Okay, techie. We're talking XLK. Potential 2 back into a big 3 if they want to come back in. SMH. The same here. Trying to come back through all this stuff, and so we'll see. And the problem with the SMH is, man, look at this. Friday's doing nothing. So we're going to see if we're going to take the shot at that or that to start off the new week. Facebook. In the Facebook trying to come up, but it gapped off that inside day, but it did give you the hammer week back up. So you're trying to get back into this monthly here. So you want to know about 2 things if it starts going down. The lows of this month, last month 177.16, and the opening of this month 175. Below that, that's where you got problems. Other than that, trying to come back up. Amazon still trying to go 3-3 monther. Daily, just not doing much. So I got to see how we get out of here. Netflix. And Netflix comes down here. So not quite taking this stuff out. And so what you do have in the weekly here is almost outside. So 2 down would be compound 3 below this. 336.15 to try and take that out. Google. And the Googs, weekly hammer back up, fighting for life. And the Googs not doing much either. You got to get outside of this stuff. Nvidia gaps down, Doji doing nothing, and then does like a lot of this stuff close to going back down RevStratter style. 222 back down below 142.83. Autodesk. And Autodesk, just a potential compound 3 because it didn't make it. So we'll see if that takes that out. Akamai. And once again, a 3-2. So that's going to give you this on the daily. See if it comes back through this try or not. AMD. Still mounting upper, but now you got this. You're closer to going potential compound 322 weaker back down. ANET. ANET. 3-2 weaker down. All right, so you're still below last month's lows. And on the daily, you got this try to keep an eye on. Baba. Baba doing nothing in here, but Baba sets up the weekly rev strat back down. China. Coop. And Coop. 3-2. What's the next two on this thing? So still bright green on the month. The daily. Here, you just have to get outside of this. 3 days inside of here. EXPE. And big try coming through this stuff. So as long as it keeps chugging along, we'll see if we can come after these guys. NXPI. NXPI, just one of the many. Closer to going 2 back down. 2-2 on the weekler. PFPT. And closer to going 2 down. On the daily, you're going to see this. It's a big try to see if we're going to come back down, go test these guys. San Mina. And more shooter. Coming out lows of the week. Shop. So far, Shoppy unbreakable. Let's see, it's a 3-2 though on the weaker. See if it wants to come back through any of this stuff. Bright green on the month though. SNPS. And daily try to keep an eye on this business here once again. What's the next two on this weekly? SQ. SQ a little bit better. Stayed up here a little bit higher. You're going to have a daily try like this with an inside day. Right? But still potential 3-monther here. If they want to come back through there. SWKS. SWKS here. Another weekly shooter. Team. And that's just giving you the daily try like this. Here. 3 days and stuck in here. Do we come back down? We can take it up to the upside. We shall see. TTWO. And inside days. Inside weaker within the greater try. Still trying to come chugging up. TWLO. And TWLO. Potential 2-2 weaker back down. Daily try looking like this. Here, and this was still higher than that, so it actually comes off of this. Like so. How do we get out of here? Rev strat day back up, or drop through the try she goes. Twitter. And Twitter, inside day, and closer to going 2-2 weak, 3-2 back down, and if it does, that's a re-break of the month. Here, so you'd want to know about that. Below 36.30. Texan, still inside month. Week closer to the 2-2 and daily Momo shooter if they want to hit it. VMW, what's this? This can be measured mover, it could be all sorts of trouble. You go inside weaker. Here, potential back into the try she goes on the 3-2 month. W day. Daily try like so. 3 inside days of here. Do we come back through here? Do we hold and go? Waba. Weekly here. Rev Stratter. Xilinx. It's closer to the 222 than could machine gun this stuff if things get a little ugly here. So we'll watch that with all the semis, of course. And just a few more. ACIA. Here we go. Still 2 down here. Still having some problems. So watching the big daily. The big dumper still going to the lows of the month. So you got some exhaustion risk, but certainly handily weak there. ALGN. Setting up the ref strat weaker. Here, inside shooter. ALRM. Sound the alarm, we got problems. So inside weaker here to see if it goes back into this try here, or triangle expando, you're below last month's lows. America Tower and Towers, let's see how tough these guys stay. Inside weak for America Tower, and you can also watch that with CCI and S-back, still holding towards the highs, like so. S-back goes into the highs. Quant. Shooter counters outside weaker, and so that's potentially here. Back into the try she goes weak daily here. You come back through. Like so. Here. DXCM. See if they want to take care of business and finish them off. Nice. Monthlies to the upside, and they get a little bit more room to all-time highs. GTLS. And GTLS, still inside monther, but you got an outside week. Try here. How do we get outside of that? And then inside day, like so. So you can see the try here and there. ISRG. Another shooter counters outside weaker. JKS Solar. Nice. More highs inside day. 3-2 weaker coming up in the greater monthly try. Lope. And Lope. Still hammer counter shooter month. You got some room to go to the all-time highs, but you go inside weaker. Like so. And you can see this try here. See if it wants to go to all-time highs or come back through. And the daily's going to look like this. Either expando or back through we go. Lift. Tried to go rev strat weaker, now goes inside day. Counters back up with hammer counter shooter if they want to bring her up. Monster. And Monster did the 2-2 weaker here, so now daily try look like this inside day. It's a triangle expando, measured move die, or try and come back up through the try. SAFM. And outside inside day, but setting up the rev strat weaker. Like so, still 2 week inside pattern. Tesla. And Tesla goes 3-2, so the problem with Tesla would be getting back into this. 211, you're above that right now, so you'd want to be aware of that. And on the daily, still trying to do this. Here, the 3-2-2. So the 2 still 2 and up on this try, so we want to see how that goes. And it's still, like a lot of things, potential outside month to the upside, but we'll see. A lot of ifs, ands, or buts, and that's what we do, and that's why they open them, and we keep doing what we got to do. That's going to do it for today. I'm Rob Smith, the Black Quant VTF here at T3 Live.